And senior correspondent John Miller is a former deputy director of national intelligence. He joins us this morning. John, good to see you.
Good morning.
This is recommending some pretty big changes at the NSA. This panel of experts appointed by the president. Do you think the president ends up carrying them out?
Well, I don't think he ends up carrying them all out. And I say that because, part of this is reading White House tea leaves, which you're more of an expert at than I am. But when one of those recommendations leaked out this week that said the head of the NSA should not be a military guy but a civilian, the White House very quickly said that the head of the NSA will remain a military person. So that was a signal that they're not going to kind of take these recommendations, box them, and put them into effect.
What about critics who say that this report vindicates what Edward Snowden did?
Well, I think if I were Edward Snowden, I would be saying that. Of course, there's the vindicate what part. Was it the stealing 1.7 million classified documents? That's a crime. On the other hand, when it comes to the moral high ground, what's the most interesting thing about this panel is not what the privacy experts on the panel recommended. You would expect that. But two hardened intelligence professionals, one of whom, Mike Morrell, who we know here, was using these very tools not long ago, sided with the idea of pushing the line back towards privacy. And I think that's taken a lot of people by surprise and is an interesting indicator.
John, you say there's a hidden bombshell in these recommendations. What is that?
So the thing that no one was expecting, they expected the recommendations to take on all the NSA programs. One of the things it recommends that they take the national security letters. This is the key tool that the FBI uses in spy cases and in terrorism cases to get information from phone companies, internet companies, mostly subscriber information. Who does this email address belong to? What is the billing address of this phone number? And say, before you can serve that letter and use it, you have to go to a judge and get it approved, which basically makes it not an NSL, but a court order. This is something they use 20,000 times a year, and it's been controversial in the past about how they used it and if they used it properly. So this is a panel that took its charge and went a little beyond it in terms of widening the scope.
Should we be surprised here at all that the NSA appears to have a friend in Vladimir Putin?
Well, Jeff, I would say if you were the NSA waking up in Fort Meade this morning and saying, people are saying that we vindicated Edward Snowden and that Vladimir Putin is on our side for surveillance, I would try to find a way to change that dialogue.
Yeah.
John Miller, thank you very much. Appreciate it.